Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Redundancy back again, here with another live stream. It's time to combine some things together because it's time for combination mode time. Now, like always, I'm no expert in survivalism, preparedness, or bushcrafting. I just use that knowledge that I gained from it towards something more positive and try to create that better future starting today. Now, for anyone that doesn't know about this mode or this video live stream that I do about it, basically it's very easy. This mode, for lack of a better word, is designed to make you think, put things together. Can you put these random things together? Maybe put them into a state that could be useful, whatever it is. So while I wait for some people to drop in, because this is way more fun when you got more people in, obviously, but it's way more fun with you guys in, because basically I'll be asking the chat random items, and we're not randomly trying to put these things together in a way that's useful. Maybe it's crafty, maybe it's more functional. It doesn't matter. So while I wait for some people to drop in, I'm gonna load up my side chat here. So I can actually see it. Just got a laptop on the side so I can see it here. Not sure why I don't see it, but it should be in. Give me one sec here. It should be. Should be live here. Not sure why it's taking so long for me to bring up the chat here. It should be live. Alright, there we go. Just took me a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'll probably have the volume up on the player. Hello from Zero to Homestead. How's it going? Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. Alright, I think I got the chat open. There we go. There we go. Now I got it open. Okay. So wait for some more people to drop in. Basically, we'll be taking. I just got a few supplies on the side right now, just in this container right here. Just stuff. Some of it, per se, could be used for survival purposes, but some of it is just kind of more random. And like I said, in this mode, anything's possible. So, even items like this comb right here, it could be useful. Could be useful. But we'll wait for some more people to drop in. Appreciate the watering on that thumbs up to make it grow. Always appreciate that. Like I said, this is combination mode time. So let me just see what I got here. I think I got some stuff. So basically, anyways, coming back to it. Basically, about 5 channels or 5 people in the chat. You guys can choose any one random item. Doesn't even matter what it is. Doesn't have to be per se survival. Doesn't have to be per se something as useful as paracord. It could be, like I said, a comb, for example. The more different it is, the better in this case, because testing out the mind. It's a mental exercise. It's just something so when you see things or you have problems or something, you can look at something and be like, oh yeah, because of this characteristic or because of this, I can use this for this reason right now. I don't have a exact example, but as we play this and do this kind of mode, it'll become more apparent on everything. Like I said, mental exercise. And basically, after like the 5 items are put down, I'll probably put down on the screen the 5 items, and I'll bring one tool for that round of it. So it could be something like Scrubber multi-tool, for example. Could be scissors. Could be a hammer. Could be a fixed blade. Doesn't matter. Like I said, it's all a mental exercise. Keep the mind sharp so when you see things, you'll be like, oh, that's just a broken laptop. No. You'll see it like, wait, that's a broken laptop that has pieces of metal in it that I could use as strikers, reflective surfaces, maybe a hard drive that has a neodymium magnet inside, onward and onward. Maybe that cable cord could be used as cordage, obviously not plugged in. Well, I get these things out here. I got a bunch of different things out here right now. A couple of tools that I have out for this mode, stuff like that. So I know. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna grab some more additional props for this mode. So I went and grabbed some more props here. Like I said, could be a pencil, like this pencil right here. So for example here, if I use this pencil, I could be using this pencil not only to write on a piece of paper, on a write in the rain notepad or whatever. I could use this because it's wood. I could get shavings off of this, feather it a little. Maybe I need to get a fire started and I got a pencil with me and a way to ignite it. I could use something like this. The graphite in it could be used for fire starting. I know it's possible. But you need a strong battery for something like that. With a high amount of, I believe, voltage, I believe. I haven't tried that personally, but I do know about it. So while I wait for some people to drop in here, keep going here. So it could be something as simple as a pen. Pen can be very useful. So I spin it here. Pen can be very useful, not only to write with, obviously. Like it could be used for signaling purposes too. There's a way to make a whistle from this, very simple. Sorry, I keep looking onto the screen, my side chat here. So yeah, there's a lot of different things you can use even a pen for. I've shown these in the last live stream that I did. So these could be used too. I have stuff on these ones. You'll see other stuff. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. Hello, Kitty. I know I just said that. Hi, Vanessa. How's it going? Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. I just got the side channel on the side right here. I really, should really try to turn it to face it towards me here. So yeah, some more stage props right here. Pretty much anything can be used or can be brought forth in combination mode. It does not matter. Speaking of which, I'm actually gonna get some more props right here as I wait for some more people to drop in. So we can have some fun putting stuff together and maybe take something that's maybe not so much in a useful state. Not as, I should correct myself. We'll take something that's in a not so useful state and bring it back into a more useful state, depending on the situation, what you need it for. Of course, in creation mode time with combination mode. And the reason why I do this every so often, actually, I want to do combination more often, is because, pardon me, you'll kind of get an idea of what goes through my head when I put stuff together and how I think about stuff. You know, characteristics like, hey, is this waterproof? Can this resist heat, fire? Can I use this for solar? Can I use this to help me filter water? And on and on and on and on and on and on. Because sometimes when I'm putting stuff together, it feels like, there's something about that. Maybe we're kind of like meant to do that in terms of like, thousands and thousands of years ago, from making the first hand tools, hand axes out of stone, and then combining it with a stick and literally making something even better. So basically, simple machine out of another simple machine, and bang, we got a combination of the both to make a compound machine. And now you got something that has a lever on it, and you're doing more work, or it's easier, for example. So let me welcome you into the room. And there's a special prompt that I have for you, of course. And Puppy Breath. Hi, and Puppy Breath. Hi. Tell me, Rob. My little stage prep for M Puppy Breath. Of course, I still have it. Oh, that's cool, Vanessa Kitty. That's cool that you're getting plenty of power from the solar panels. That's cool. I do like solar. I really do. So yeah, since I do have both Vanessa Kitty and Puppy Breath in right now, I guess I could start off a warm up kind of round for it. So in the side chat, I almost forgot what it's called. I'll put that I'm gonna start this round here. All right, I got it on the chat here. So basically, for Vanessa Kitty and Puppy Breath right now, or whoever wants to drop in at this time, leave a random item, just one item, in your as a comment right now. See, and Puppy Breath, she knows how to do this. Tupperware lid, okay. All right, let me go get a Tupperware lid. Seeing is believing, right? And I do have some of these items, so figure I might as well actually present it. I also had to get coffee too. Yeah, so. All right, Tupperware lid. All right, I got a lid right here. Now that it'll vary, honestly, because those lids vary from shape, size, and color. Some of them are more translucent or transparent to allow lighted. Some are stiffer. I almost dropped something. So let's see what. And a pencil from Vanessa Kitty here. Where's the pencil? I just had it in my hand. Of course, right? I just had it in my hand. I know. Oh, there it is. It's like, how did I misplace the pencil? Alright, so I got Tupperware and a pencil. We'll start off with this practice mode with this. And for the tool, I'll make it this Gerber multi-tool. We'll use this Gerber multi-tool as the tool for this round. So again, it's got pliers, it's not walking, it's got a cutting tool, a file, flathead, Phillips head screwdriver, serrated blade, and a can opener in this one. Of course, pliers and stuff like that. So let's see what we can do with this stuff. These two things and this Gerber multi-tool. So while you guys think about that, I'm just gonna look at this kind of like characteristics. Okay, if I had this, okay. Well, okay. I could use this if I had like a hot plate of something like whatever, and the bowl or plate is really hot, I could use this as a way to keep the heat off my hands so I can hold it in my hands, for example. So, for example, if this coffee mug was really hot, I could do something like this and hold it in my hand so it doesn't burn my hand necessarily. So I can easily hold it in my hand. Since it's Tupperware, it's flat, has a lot of surface area. I could use it like a fan. Maybe fan myself if I'm feeling too a little warm. Get that evaporative cooling. Maybe I got some sort of fire going. Stoke up the fire with a little more air. Get some more air into it so it burns hotter, for example. Maybe using this pencil as the fire starter and fanning it afterwards. Maybe getting some feather sticks using the cutting tool from this, for example. You use them a lot? That's cool. That's cool. I was actually pretty good at math too, Vanessa. So somehow I'm remembering like one thing right now. 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 2 times 2 equals 4. I don't know why I'm remembering that right now. Basically, that's like the only time that multiplication and addition can do the same thing or result in the same thing. 2 times 2 and 2 plus 2. So what else could you use pencils for? I mean, okay, so you could write something down. Okay. What else could you use this for? I mean, also not to be able to write on this with the pencil. If it was a pen, maybe, Sharpie, maybe. But it's not in this case. So yeah, this is difficult. Let's say if you only had these two things and this as a tool. And of course, depends what else you have with you. But this is an exercise to train, to test the mind, or to exercise the mind. So we're purposely limiting ourselves to just two things in this case. Now, I'll add one more thing in just to kind of make it a little bit easier. I'll add more of a precise survival item. Any cord could be used for survival, you know, depending on what you need it for. But I'll add this little, I don't know, in there, of this red cordage right here. This is actually paracord. So it's got the 7 inner strands. So I'll add that as my item for this round, practice round. So we got a pencil, Tupperware lid, this pencil, and this Gerber multi-tool. Now, since I've just added in this cordage right here, this paracord, red paracord that I have right here, I mean, now, let's see what this opens up when you have a little bit more to work with. Well, let's see here. Now, in theory, I probably could make some sort of shelf or holding system that's suspended with cordage. So if I put four holes in with the multi-tool, I can put some cordage in and basically hold this plate up using that cordage. Maybe make a shelf or something like that. Wouldn't be ideal, honestly. Let's see. This wasn't, if I didn't have to use this anymore, or let's say it was cracked, for example, I might be able to make a spool out of this and just kind of bring in the centers. Oops. Bring in this, so I would cut it like this. So it's more like an H shape. I'm not gonna do it for this one because I'm actually still using this Tupperware. But probably use it like a spool. Keep that cordage, in this case paracord, around it. Could be possible. Could also use that pencil, pardon me, as a way to make a toggle with. So let me just put this Arbor Canadian jam knot in this paracord with a bite or a quick release right here. So Arbor Canadian jam knot. Stick the pencil in there. I can make a toggle with that, for example. So something like this. And if I want to get that out, push that toggle, or in this case, a pencil through, and undo that stopper knot, for example. Oh, thanks, and puppy breath. I mean, I could probably do it with something else too. I mean, the cordage allows you to do a lot of things, honestly. Honestly, I probably could eventually make a friction fire set, bow drill, something like that with this. Especially since I have a cutting tool. Make some notches. I mean, not notches, but get a spindle. Maybe find something as a bearing block. And all that stuff. So just like that Arbor Canadian jam knot that I just did, I'll actually do another one right here. Make a bowline knot. And that's through. So again, fixed loop, bowline knot. Put a light in there, put that toggle or pencil through it. So I could have something like this. It's still a bowline. Now it has a toggle. Or something to prevent the loop from, or bite in this case, from coming through. So pull that out. Well, it's not going anywhere. Hold on. I guess I have to use my teeth. For example. Let me see here. Hold on a sec, puppy bear. I guess that's probably possible. Probably possible. I do know about the getting cordage off a bottle and stuff like that. Plastic bottles and stuff like that. Well, this isn't round to do that, and there's not a lot of surface area. I mean, like, you could get strips, but they're not gonna be that long. So yeah, this one was quite tricky just because, I mean, like, even with the cordage, I mean, and a multi-tool like this Gerber multi-tool, I'd be like, it's gonna be difficult. Definitely. I mean, can't even really get water. This could barely even hold water. I might be able to hold like a sip or two. But in theory, if it was raining, I could use it as a rain catcher. I'm very, very small. Very, very small. But if you're really good, you might be able to depress this down and make a container out of it to hold more water. But I mean, that could be tricky, especially if you didn't have fire. Well, I don't know. I don't even think that's even possible without fire or some sort of way to heat it up to melt the plastic so it kind of turns into a funnel more. Could be possible. Don't know. I've never tried it. Let me just put this cordage away. So, I put a few more prompts away here. Hello, Virginia. Thank you for taking the time to drop in. Hello, V. Pardon me. I'm not sure if you've been in my streams before, Virginia, while I did combination mode. You may be aware of it, but for anyone that's not, basically, I asked the audience, the side chat in this case, for one item. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything from a pen. Maybe you want to use magnesium, a magnesium bar combo with a ferrorod striker as your item of choice. For example, it could be a pencil, or this Tupperware like in the last round. Doesn't matter, really. The idea is we're doing this to exercise the mind and putting things together. Because when you're problem solving and stuff like that, sometimes you have to put things together to create a solution. Maybe it's not always ideal, obviously, but it might just work out for you or for me, for example. Pardon me. Oh yeah, just keep thinking about that. I'm waiting for M Puppy Breath to come back anyways. So just keep thinking about that, Virginia. And I mean, it doesn't have to be per se something you would consider as a survival item, like a multi-tool or anything like that. Because usually in this mode, I'll have like up to 5 people or channels, same item, whatever it is. Like I said, pencil, pen, whatever. And I'll bring forth a tool for that round. Could be anything from scissors, screwdriver, multi-tool, fixed blade, a hatchet, anything like that. And see, what can you do with just that stuff alone? You know, obviously in the real world, you'll probably have a little bit more to work with, like your clothes and all that stuff, what's on you and stuff like that. But how do I, what's that saying that Creek Stewart used to say? Oh yeah, on some of his shows he's done, using what you got, using what you have to get what you need. I think that's the same. No, or is it using what you have to get what you need? I think that's the same. I think that's the same. I see, and Puppy Breath's back. So, I guess we could play another round of it. I will actually introduce an item too. So, let's go for another round here. It's kind of funny. When I was writing item, I almost wrote the word time because technically it has all the same letters. I don't know. Anyways, um, so yeah, it's time for another round of this. So one item from Virginia and from M Puppy Breath. Doesn't matter what it is, like I said. And let me think what I'm gonna use for this round. All right. For this round, I'm gonna use my mug that I have right here. It's glass, and for some reason we randomly have one that has coffee inside. For now, for now, might be empty by the time the round ends. So, like I said in the chat, the glass cup for me. Waiting for both M Puppy Breath and Virginia to put down an item here. And for the tool for this round, I'm gonna go with this. Yep, I'll make it a little bit more challenging. Scissors. These are, for lack of a better word, full tang, all metal. These are more like electrical type, or an electrician would use. I got these a while ago for like $1. I was just like, full tang. I'll take that. Probably better than any plastic scissors I could buy, especially at the dollar store for that price. I'm like, yeah, for $1, I'd rather have this. So we have scissors and a glass mug right now. So while I wait here, just want to remind everyone that this mode is an exercise for the mind. And putting things together. Because at times, sometimes you have to put things together. Sometimes you have to put things together to make it work. Or at least trying to make it work. It can be challenging. I know, because I've done this combination mode before in different live streams, and sometimes it can be very challenging. It really kind of exercises the mind and kind of trying to think outside the box, see things a little bit more. So you're not just seeing like the outside, but you're also considering the inside too. A sponge or a bandage, eh? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let me go get a sponge. And no, it's not gonna be SpongeBob. I'm just saying. All right. I got something here. Okay, I'm Puppy Breath. It's not a sponge per se, but it's a green scrubby. Yeah, I went and got this from the kitchen. Or from the sink, I should say. Mm. So, I guess that'll be an item. Wow. Not sure what happened to Virginia here. Well, we'll just keep going. I can always add it in later. So right now we got scissors, full tank, a green scrubby, something like a sponge, or something that M Puppy Breath said, and I'm bringing to this round a glass mug or cup. Um, it might not have coffee left in it. Just saying. What do you do with this? Well, I know one thing's for sure. I'm already thinking of. I can wash my cup. I do have the green scrubby, of course. But let's try to think outside the box a little here. What could we use it for? Well, thinking about this, well, this is a container. So, also, I can contain things in it. Hold water, for example. Not just my coffee, but hold water. Maybe transfer water. Now, this, I wouldn't recommend doing it, and I never done this with like a mug before. I've done this with glass before and heated it and boiled water in a glass bottle before. I have no idea if you can boil water in something like this. I mean, I'm not sure. Not sure. Is it possible? Well, it's not that melt like plastic, but I'm not sure if it would crack or anything. But I have boiled water in a glass bottle before. I think I did that one morning when I was staying at a friend's place, and I just woke up that morning. I was like, I want some tea. I'm like, I have tea, but I need a way to boil the water. I'm like, well, we got to. So I started our little campfire and went from there. And the thing is, I didn't even have gloves on that time. I was just like trying to use two sticks and trying to like go like this with the sticks, and I was just like, the distance wasn't so far from the ground, from the fire to the ground or to the safer spot. So like, okay, like almost like in some of the movies where they're like contemplating on doing it, and they're like, okay, one, two, and I'm like, one, two, three, and went from there. Well, let's see what else I could do. I mean, well, if my scissors were kind of dirty, I guess I could clean off my scissors, which I'm doing right now, just for the hell of it. Well, you know what? And puppy breath, that could be an option, especially if it's clean. Not sure I would do that if it was already used or pre-used. Not sure. I mean, in theory, I guess I could probably use it as a pre-filter. I mean, you know, I guess that'd be a desperate time if I was using a sponge or a cream scrubby as a pre-filter to put water, get water into here so I can boil it. I mean, yeah. But on the bright side, it does have a handle. Hey, if you like coffee that much, you won't mind it because it'll, I guess it'll be like cowboy coffee or hobo coffee or hobo type of coffee where it's really concentrated, where the grounds have been in there for a while. Yeah, this is really tricky actually. I'm trying to think of something else here. With just these things. Like, there's a screw. Let me see here. There's a screw right here. So I could unscrew this, but what can I use with just this stuff to do that? I would need something else to unscrew that. Like a flathead screwdriver on a multi-tool or something like that. Or a screwdriver. But we don't have that in this case, in this example, this round. So yeah, it is tricky. Um now Since we do actually have a cutting tool, not the best, obviously. It could be, you could probably do something with this, but let's say you couldn't, or you couldn't even open this or unscrew that to separate the scissors. Now, I would only do this as a last resort if I needed a cutting tool, but glass, when it's broken, or it can be sharp. Now, if you actually had to break a mug to get a cutting tool out of that, oof, let's just say that'd be pretty iffy situation. I mean, how do you break a glass like this to get something useful out of it? I mean, the bottom's flat. Pardon me. So if you wanted to, and you had skills like flint knapping, you might be able to get something out of that. I mean, it is flat on the bottom, this one, or fairly flat, similar to like a beer bottle. So you might be able to flint knap that into something. Maybe use the shards for something, like a cutting tool, for example. I mean, yeah, it's tricky just to have just this and a pair of scissors. I mean, better than nothing per se, but it's gonna be quite difficult. You're not gonna be in a good state if you just have this stuff. But like I said, this is just an exercise, training exercise, combination mode, where we just bring stuff together and see what we can do with it if we only have a limited supply. Because obviously, if you have more resources and stuff to use, you have more options. I mean, just taking this right here, if I added in something like a fire starter, like this magnesium ferrorod combo with hacksaw blade, for example, boom, that just opens up a little bit more for a person. Because now they have access to fire, for example. Signaling. There's also I can make sparks and all that stuff. I just realized I gotta change this. It's not striking that well. Yes, the fire allows you to do stuff with. I mean, fire. Everyone's always familiar with fire, with like boiling water, cooking your food, signaling, smoke against the mosquitoes, keeping you warm when it's colder out, or giving you light. But it can also be similar to a tool in burning something out. So you can burn out a bowl. It takes a while, definitely, but it's possible. Melt the plastic. What do you mean by melt the plastic and puppy breath? I didn't realize I had plastic in these examples. I thought I had a sponge or a green scrubby and a whole bunch of metal and glass. I'm not sure what you mean by melt the plastic. I mean, I know what melt the plastic means, but I don't know what you mean by in the context of the conversation right now. No, and puppy breath, it's glass. That's a glass container, for lack of a better term. So, and like I said, it's a container. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that is tricky. Not sure when or a situation where you would have a great scrubby scissors and a glass cup or mug, but like I said, this is combination mode where we just put things together. It doesn't matter. what it is. So let's go for another round of this because I like playing stuff together. It makes me think too. Sometimes I'm not always thinking about this kind of stuff all the time, and where I come into this mode or do a live stream of this where I'm like, wow, why didn't I consider that before? Or something like that. Or, hey, I'll keep that in mind. Not sure when or how plausible that situation is, but if I had this kind of stuff, whatever it is, XYZ item, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I should keep that in mind. I can, you know, start a fire with it, boil water, or whatever, or use it as this or that. And kind of think outside the box a little and be like, oh, you don't get that light bulb moment where, okay, I could do this. Okay, thanks. Give me something to work on. And of course, try to keep busy, keep your mind off stuff. Try to make things better, not worse. Improve your situation. So let's play another round of this. So another round of this right now. So next round, 2 items this time because I have less people in the room. So 2 items, 2 items. And if you can, try to make the items a little bit different. Let's just say, not necessarily complementary to each other. Like, for example, paper with pen. For example, maybe it's a little bit more off where it's like, I don't know, toilet toilet seat and a car seat. I don't know, something like that. I'm just making it up. So I wait for that. I do appreciate people that drop by to check out combination mode time with me. I hope to do this more often. I do enjoy doing this. It's so much fun. Just bringing stuff together. Almost like it was always meant to be. And like I always say in this mode, it doesn't matter what it is, pen, pencil, scissor. Well, the tools are I put in, but it could be a makeup case, lipstick, anything like that. Tweezers, con swab, nail polish, nail polish remover, anything like that. Hey, vinegar, baking soda. Maybe it's something more useful, like this bottle of water. Like I have this Dasani bottle of water right here. Maybe it's this hand fan, which right now is pretty cool. Like I said, it doesn't matter because it's how you put it together. In this case, what you can use it for. So I'm not seeing any one right now, but that's alright. I'll just put 2 things randomly in. So, I'm gonna put in, let's say, this. Let's see here. Reading glasses. Okay. 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 Reading glasses. So let's just say something you might see someone just putting on just to help them see something easier. Maybe it's from the dollar store or whatever, something like that. I do know that I have tried solar ignition with one of those before. It may be possible, but it's not always guaranteed. And you might have to wait a little bit. And you might need something more that can easily absorb the solar energy better, like char cloth or char punk wood, something like that. I'm thinking of my second item right now. I do have the first item. I already have it written down or typed out. I just have to hit enter with the second item. I'm just kind of thinking right now. Just something that I just see right now. Uh, okay. I think I got my items here. Alright, I got my items right here. A hand fan and this clothespin because it was just nearby. A wooden one. So I got this hand fan right here. Once familiar with something like this. And a clothespin. I just realized there's writing on it. But anyway, so I got this and a clothespin. Those are my two items right now. And I'm still waiting for M Puppy Breath's second item. She said reading glasses. I don't think I have any nearby. But I am wearing glasses, so I guess I always have the stage prop ready to go. Well, while I wait for her. And wireframes. Do you mean like the frame of the glasses? What do you mean by wireframes? And puppy breath. Can you be a little bit more specific? Sorry. Just so I can. Oh, okay. Well, that's still one item if it's just reading glasses with the frames. There's two items in this round, remember? So you can choose another item if you want, and puppy breath. You're still working. Come on, and puppy breath. Just look at something and be like, just choose it. Like I said, the more random it is, the more you gotta exercise the mind to think outside the box. It doesn't have to be per se a cap. Alright, alright. Alright, so we got for this round here. We got a hat too, a clothespin, and a fan like this. And let's see. Oh, and reading glasses, which I'll simulate with the ones I have on, but they're not reading glasses, honestly. Alright, so in this case, for the tool, I'm gonna choose this mini type of multi-tool. Now this one, it's not locking, does have pliers on it. Has a cutting tool, a knife, screwdriver, straight edge, This one does have scissors, has a file, and a can or bottle opener, as you can see right there. So what can we do with this that? Hmm. Well, I think about that for a second here. What can you do with it? Well, first and foremost, if it's hot and sunny out, like right now, I could be like, okay, I'll put the hat on, maybe cover my face while I'm walking, keep the sun off of me. Honestly, this is pretty self-explanatory right here. Or maybe, just maybe, I have no idea how this will look. Wait. Okay, this kind of looks weird, but you know, remembering the feather thing that some people may have done before in the past to keep the sun off of them. Maybe I could do something like this. Now this looks really weird, but I'd be like, hey, if I was trying to keep the sun off of me, maybe. That's some outside the box thinking right there. Let's see here. And like I said, with reading glasses, it is possible to get solar ignition. I have not done it yet, but I have seen the focal point. I'm like, I don't know if it's tight enough of a focus, but there is heat, so it may be possible. But at that time, when I was trying it out, I didn't have charcoal, and it was kind of not really clear out that day because I was randomly doing it with, with my friends' reading glasses. I was just like kind of waiting for them. I was just like, oh, let's just try this out. I'm like, well, and just having it get the focal point into my skin area and be like, oh, is it getting hot? Because if I have to pull my hand away, I mean, obviously it's probably hot enough to start something like charcloth or charpunk wood. Let's see, since we do have a cutting tool here, in this case, clothespin is wooden, so I could get some shavings off of that, perhaps. It's possible. Technically, the fan is wooden too, but I'd probably get shavings off of this, get that fire started, then fan it a little bit more, get some more air into the fire, so it burns hotter. Get some coal started, for example. I'm trying to think what else I could use this fan for. Now that I think about it. Just now, I would probably. I have no. See, I would usually do this with a bandana, but I was almost thinking, can you actually like put this behind you? Maybe get some shade on your backside, so you're not burning your neck, for example. Is it possible? Yeah. Can I do it with just this stuff? Without any cordage or something like that? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. It's not the prettiest thing, but I guess it's possible. Might be able to provide some shade for my neck, especially since I'm not wearing a wide brim hat. See, that's some more outside the box thinking right there. Thanks, and Puppy Bro. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking. I'm like, well, I usually would use like something like a wide brim hat or a bandana instead of this, but yeah. Let's see here. What else? What else? Well, obviously I can wet the hat, water, something like that. maybe use the fan to cool myself off. Uh, Clothespin, well, I mean, considering it similar to like things like a binder clip and stuff like that. I mean, keep my if I broke the zipper off of this or whatever, I could just keep clothes together. For example, like a zipper, especially if I broke the zipper, it could be useful for that. Let's see what else. Now, if this was brighter or something like that, I probably could use this as a marker, but it's kind of small, and in this case, it's wooden, so it's not blending into the environment quite well. Probably not gonna notice this because it's obviously not orange or yellow or something like that. A standout, contrasting color to the environment. So there might be a few other things I could do with the safety with the reading glasses. That's providing that I can get solar ignition with that. Now, if I remember right, not all of them are made from glass. Some of them are mostly plastic, so you won't be able to flint knap or break that into like a cutting edge or something like that. Similar to the mug thing that I talked about earlier. That's probably not possible. Now, I've been thinking about this spring in this right now. I'm like, what can you use that for? In this case, I mean, I could figure out some other ways of doing using it, but for this example, I'm like, you might be able to bend it. I might be able to bend it with this multi tool, bring it into a shape. See, there's no cordage in this case. Nothing like fishing line or bank line or paracord. So I was kind of thinking right here. If you put some line for that, bent that, well, and could is it possible to make a hook, a fishing hook from something like this? Have I ever tried that? No. But that's just some more thinking outside the box and kind of just looking at it. I'm like, oh, it is metal. I could be able to strain that out, find a rock, cement, something like that, and file that to a point, bend it back into the shape, and if I had some cordage or something like that, I could use it as a fishing hook. Might be possible. I have no idea. I've never made anything set from clothespin. At least the metal from a clothespin. Well, I'm probably worth. Let me see here. Well, there is that lining on the inside, at least on my hat on this one. So you might be able to do something like that and get some cordage out of that, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't be ideal. I mean, I don't want to have to destroy clothes for survival purposes. Well, I should say destroy clothes in general. But you know, if that's the option, or if that's an idea, and you're like, well, okay, I guess I have to for whatever reason. No, then maybe. Well, it's a good thing to consider on Graph, like I said on the screen in the chat. I mean, sometimes you might have to think like that and do something like that. Speak of which, probably should put the screen scurvy back. It's kind of weird looking at it in here. Exactly, and puppy breath. That's why I like doing this. And actually, I just mentally just do it. I mentally run through these rounds on my own. I'm just like, I'll just be like, hmm, 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 hmm. Just consider it. Might I might not go through it all the time in terms of like actually executing it, in terms of the action, because I'll be like, well, yeah, I could make something out of this, but I already have this or that already, for example, where I feel like, I don't need to make it. Yes, exactly. It's a warm up exercise. See, another reason why I do this is in some situations, you may not have exactly what you need. Hopefully, you have a lot more to work with than just a few items or one tool, but sometimes you gotta work with less, make it work. Hello, Plymouth. Let me welcome into the room here. And Plymouth fans. Hello, Plymouth. How's it going, buddy? How are you? Thank you for taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. How are you doing, by the way? Hopefully you're doing good. It's nice to see you around. Hey, sometimes you gotta take it slow. Although in creation mode, I don't like to take it slow. Because I want to get there fast and finish. But sometimes I have to remember, okay, slow down, plan ahead a little bit more, you know. What that saying go? Measure twice, cut once. Something like that. That's okay in puppy breath. I think I'm the. Okay. So I'm not in this. I know. If I'm gonna message you after, anyways, but I'm gonna end this stream here in the next minute or two here. You might see a message for me, by the way. Anyways, I want to say special thanks to everyone that dropped in, even for a couple minutes on this live stream. I know Plymouth came by at the end here, and Puppy Breath was in for a while. Virginia H. And some other people, which I can't scroll back up on the chat. But I do appreciate them coming by. Oh, thanks, and Puppy Breath. Um, so, like always, as the world changes, so must oneself to reach a new level of skill and knowledge one must practice. A single person can't help everyone in this world, but one person can help someone in this world. And until the next combination mode time with me, it's peace out from the guy that's in creation mode up to 98.6% of the time. It's peace out from Creative Redundancy. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.